Hey, so I have my 6-week checkup today for my post-op for my hysterectomy. And if you're new to being my friend or follower, just so you know, I had a hysterectomy on April 11th due to a chronic pain condition that I have called pelvic congestion syndrome. And just so you know that this hysterectomy, it doesn't mean that this is a cure for my condition. My condition is a structural issue with my veins and my pelvis. But the hopes is that by removing some of the parts that are drawing in the most amount of blood supply to that area, the hopes is that I am going to notice a significant change in the amount of pain that I'm in every single day. So what happened today? Well, when I went in, my doctor said, he's like, you're looking a lot better than I had the last couple times. My recovery has been a little on the slower side for the method that I had done. I had what's called the Vinci Method. It's a robotic, it's done laparoscopically. So I only had like 4 small incisions, but I did have everything removed except for my right ovary. So I had both fallopian tubes, my left ovary, and my cervix was removed along with my uterus. So that can change the healing time, especially when you remove the cervix. There's just more that needs to heal. So today was just kind of basically to see where I'm at and be able to release me back to some more things. So he said, even though I am healing well, because I am healing a little slower, he gave me some guidelines that he wanted me to follow for the next month. Now, I don't know if these are standard guidelines for anyone at 6 weeks or if they're guidelines that he was giving me due to the fact that I've been on the slower side of healing. Which, just so you know, there is no right or wrong pace when it comes to healing, especially from a hysterectomy. Hysterectomies are a major surgery, and it really can be at any rate of healing. It's just your body. You just need to just be okay with that and just know that. So for me, I have now been released to do as I feel comfortable doing. He said, so if I start to do more for like a 4 or 5 day period, see how my body responds. If I'm okay with that, then I can increase a little bit more and then a little bit more. I have to do things slow and steady still. Because even though the sutures, so in my vaginal cuff, there are stitching and sutures in the very back of my vagina. Sorry if you're hard having. If you're a guy right now listening to this, hey, it's gonna get even worse. Okay, just full on prepared. Even though the sutures are nice and closed and everything is sealed, we are now just waiting for scar tissue to really build and really stabilize that area. So I just still have to make sure that I'm mindful of that and not way overdoing it, which I did tell them that I am not getting back right into a vigorous workout program. I broke down that I was going to be instead choosing to do more of like it's a detoxing, cleansing, more no starvation kind of thing. So I need to put that out there, but it's just like really clean foods, and just, helping clean out the system very safely and comfortably. Because to get off all the meds and all the stuff that I was in. So he even said, he was like, that is perfect. Yes, do that. He was like, that will be easier so on your body because you won't be trying to do vigorous exercise, which he was like, I don't feel is right for you. He's like, I don't even recommend it for someone at 6 weeks to be doing vigorous exercise until they're over 10 weeks, closer to 12 weeks, getting back to a more vigorous exercise schedule. So he was like, this is perfect thing to do. Focus on the nutrition, clean out your system. He's like, yeah, all the medications and stuff that you're on can just wreak havoc on your system. So it's good to clean that all out of you. So he gave me the thumbs up on that, and told me to continue doing that. I cannot be released though yet for the, hanky panky time, the SEX All right. That will not be happen until 10 weeks because, like I said, we have to make sure that everything has a nice scar tissue built up. The scar or the incision site that I was having issues with, he took a look at it, and lo and behold, what's going on? But my suture is being rejected by my body on that one incision. I have to just keep a close eye on it. He's like, it very well could try to come out all on its own. And if he does that, he was like, don't freak out, totally fine. It can be easily pulled right out by myself, or I can go in and he'll pull it out. But if for some reason it gets stuck or something, it doesn't dissolve, because they're supposed to dissolve and go away and be absorbed by the body. But for whatever reason, mine is trying to reject that one suture. It happens. And so I just have to keep a close eye on it. And if it continues to cause problems, then he said he just reevaluate it later. He's like, right now it looks fine. It's not causing me a whole lot of problems like it had been before. And then I took all the antibiotics and antibiotic cream, so everything's fine now with it. What else? He did give me some antidepressants that he said I don't need to, he doesn't want me starting them right now. He wants to see how I'm doing in a couple weeks, because so when everything got taken out and the one ovary got taken out, it's a bit of a shock for the other ovary and a shock to my system. I've gone through a lot the last year with my chronic pain condition, and then the months leading up to surgery, I had some issues. I had a big cyst rupture. I had bronchitis. And then obviously surgery. It's a lot on my body. And so he was like, I'm sure you're probably feeling very depleted. I was showing some symptoms of a little bit of depression, but that I get very sensitive to hormone fluctuations. And so the other ovary, it may just be in a bit of a shock. I'm kind of having some menopausal symptoms. He's not too concerned about it. He thinks it's just overall my body trying to get back on track. Hence why he said, I think what you're doing with your detoxing and cleansing your system, that's probably going to really help kind of help things along. If not, in a couple weeks, if you're still not feeling maybe right, or if my husband is noticing like, you're still not maybe looking the best or acting as normal as you typically do, then I have the antidepressants to go on for a couple months just to kind of help regulate things. And so I was happy to see that he wasn't immediately like, oh, let's just push prescriptions on you. He was like, let's see how your body does, because it sounds like you're doing some things right now to help the process. And you still have some healing to do, even though you're 6 weeks along. He's like, you still have more healing to do. And he did tell me, he was like, because of a chronic pain condition and because of my slow recovery and how I've been going, he doesn't expect me to be back to totally to normal until midsummer, is what I basically was told. So we're looking at midsummer is basically when I'm probably going to feel fully back to normal. If for any reason I am still having problems, obviously with my pelvic congestion syndrome, we will address that at that time. I'm still trying to be hopeful. I think he's trying to still be hopeful that things will improve once I kind of heal. It's kind of hard right now because my veins are probably really pissed, is what he said. He's like, everything's probably still very pissed off in there. It's going to take some time. The blood flow, everything, it needs more time to heal. So all in all, doing fairly good. I've been a little frustrated with how exhausted I still get, how much discomfort I still have. Like right now I feel pretty crampy. And kind of a little uncomfortable. It was really funny. I actually woke up this morning and I was kind of having some cramps, and I thought, oh, I'm like going to get my period. And then I was like, wait, no, I'm not going to get my period. I was like still half asleep when I had this thought in my head. So I do get a little emotional and frustrated that my body is not exactly where I want it to be right now, recovery wise. It's definitely not been always easy, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm just focusing now on fully bouncing back and getting my body feeling better from the inside, because it definitely was feeling not so hot there for a while. So there we are, 6 weeks. I'm excited that we finally hit this milestone. It felt like it took forever to get here. I'm looking forward to hitting my next milestone of 10 weeks. And midsummer, I feel like, I still have a bit of a road ahead of me, but I'm excited. So thank you so much for your continued help and support and thoughts and love. And I will let you know how the next month goes. And I hope to be talking to you soon. Bye.